slavery again. Remember, Egypt means slavery. Read. With ships. We are going to go into slavery again with ships. How do we get to America? How do we get to the other side of the earth? By way of cargo slave ships. That's Bible history. That's our history. This makes the Bible what? A true book. Because we've been lied to for so long. We've been lied to by this man right here. This devil right here. This is not Jesus. Jesus don't look like this. Jesus look like you. Jesus look like you. We are made in the image of God. Why? Because God chose people. He made us to look like him. But yet we look at each other like niggas. Fix. Cool. We hate each other. We shoot each other down in the street. Oh, you stepped on my shoe, I'm kill you, nigga. You look at my girl, I'm gonna kill you. Why we do that? Because under Islam, under Christianity, they told us to hate each other. They told us to hate ourselves. They told us to look at each other like niggas. Because what? This guy right here.
We holy, that mean that we separate. Heathen be raising, that mean that they desperate. They know the prophecy, time of the sin lead to slavery, princes to peasants. Death is delayed, so we live for the present. Judgment for prophets that
being God's people again. Because the Lord frowned upon us. He put us in slavery. He did that to us. Watch, I'm going to show you. You see this? How did we get to the four corners of the earth, my man? How did we get to this side of the earth? By what means of transportation? By boat. You agree? We got to America by boat. What kind of boat? Was it a speedboat, sailboat, yacht, the cruise ship they take to Jamaica? What kind of boat? Or a kayak? You think they can put 100,000 Negroes, big buff dudes like me and you, on a kayak? No, it was a cargo slave ship. We was the cargo. We was the cargo. You was the merchandise. They sold you. Watch this. We're going to read this. It's our history, right? Let's read that out of the Bible. Because I told you, this is our book. This is our history book. The Lord left this here for us so we can remember who we are in these last days. So when y'all meet us on the streets today, we can go ahead and show y'all that this is our book. Verse 68.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68.
Read.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
The Bible said he was going to bring us into Egypt again. Y'all familiar with Moses? What did Moses do when he went into Egypt? He went in there and talked to Pharaoh and said, let my people go, right? You mean with that? What did he have to let his people go from? What was they doing? Exodus 20. What was they doing in Egypt? I'm going to show y'all. I'm going to help y'all out. Read that. Exodus 20. Exodus chapter 20 and verse 2 is going to give us the background. Because believe it or not, the Bible is its own dictionary. It tells us everything we need to know. We use other references that coincide with the Bible to go in depth into our history. But the Bible tells its own story. It tells us who we are. Read that.
Exodus chapter 20 and verse 2.
Read.
I am the Lord thy God.
Hold on.
I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt,
Read.
out of the house of bondage.
Out of the house of bondage. It said Egypt means the house of bondage. What's bondage, my man? What does bondage mean? Say it again. Chains. Chains. If you're in bondage and you got chains on you, what does that make you? A slave, a prisoner. That's what Egypt means. So when we go back to Deuteronomy 28 and we read the word Egypt in the Bible, then we already know what it means. It means slavery. Watch this. Read it again.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68.
Read.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Into slavery again. Remember, Egypt means slavery. Read.
With ships.
We are going to go into slavery again with ships. How do we get to America? How do we get to the other side of the earth? By way of cargo slave ships. That's Bible history. That's our history. This makes the Bible what? A true book. Because we've been lied to for so long. We've been lied to by this man right here. This devil right here. This is not Jesus. Jesus don't look like this. Jesus look like you. Jesus look like you. We are made in the image of God. Why? Because God chose people. He made us to look like him. But yet we look at each other like niggas. Sphinx. Cool. We hate each other. We shoot each other down in the street. Oh, you stepped on my shoe, I'm gonna kill you, nigga. You looked at my girl, I'm gonna kill you. Why we do that? Because under Islam, under Christianity, they told us to hate each other. They told us to hate ourselves. They told us to look at each other like niggas. Because what? This guy right here. So when you see a white man, the white man is the safest man in the hood. He can walk down any block in any hood and any block in America, guess what? He gonna be untouchable. He can go down Oak Block in Chicago, untouchable. Ain't nobody gonna mess with him. But if you go down Oak Block, Chicago, hey bro, where you from? What's your set? What you on my block for? You understand? But when this guy right here walk to your neighborhood, he ain't worried about nothing. He thinking about roses, field of dandelions. Oh, the birds are chirping today, the wind feels good. He don't give a damn about you. You understand? The Bible is giving us our history back. Read.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
So the same way Moses told us 2,000 years ago that you're going to go into slavery by slave ship, he said you ain't going to see your homeland again as a nation of people. Where your homeland at, bro? Where you from?
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today.
Where you from? Yeah, what's your homeland? What's your homeland? Africa. What part of Africa? Africa is the biggest country on earth. You don't know. Where your homeland? See what I'm saying? Moses told us we don't see our homeland again. We ain't been back to our homeland in so long we don't know where it's at. We think we from Omaha. We think from Kansas City. We think from Jamaica. That's not our homeland. You understand? Read.
And there he shall be sold unto your enemies.
So when we get to America, when we get to Jamaica, when we get to China, when we get to Saudi Arabia, who's going to be sold? Sold to Master Charles down in Mississippi, brought up to Omaha, Nebraska. You know how they got to Omaha, Nebraska? They was fleeing the South. They was fleeing persecution, slavery, and oppression, and they came up north. That's how people got here, on the Underground Railroad. You understand? So that's just how we got scattered. Slavery. The Bible is giving us a divine history book about what happened to us. Read.
And there he shall be sold unto your enemies.
So who?
Unto your enemies.
Big Jim, your friend.
Unto your enemies.
The Arab man, our friend.
Your enemies.
The so-called white man who painted himself as Jesus Christ, our Messiah, he's what?
Your enemies.
We got enemies out here, bro. He ain't your enemy. I'm not your enemy. These brothers that look like you ain't your enemy, bro. The Bible telling us we got enemies out here. We got bigger problems to deal with than killing each other. Stepping on his shoe and killing him. You know you lose two being like that, one go to jail and one go to the earth, go back to the dirt. We losing two. And they sitting up in the hills, right down this way, 20 minutes that way. They sitting up in their high rises in their little suburban neighborhood. Look at them niggas down there killing each other. They laughing. They got their feet kicked up, sipping their little wine. You understand? Walking their dogs down the street. They don't give a about us. But y'all we down here killing each other, selling each other drugs, drinking this bullcrap tobacco, alcohol, and liquor, killing ourselves. You understand? Waking up early in the morning to go get drunk off wine. The Bible is telling us our enemies came up with that. They put crafty counsel together and say, hey, make them two kill each other.
Grab that.
It's called Mandingo fight. Make the two big bucks right there fight each other. Guess what? It was ingrained in us psychologically. Now when we see each other in the street, we look at each other up and down. Like we hate each other. We don't even know each other. I might want to just say, hey bro, what's going on? You doing all right? You good, bro? You going through the same thing I'm going through. I'm getting my neck stepped on every day when I go to work. You probably going through the same thing, but when we see each other, nigga look at me for. You feel me? Our enemies did that to us. Read on.
For bond men and bond women.
For bond men and bond women. So when we got out them slave ships, we got sold for slave men. Your mom was slave for slave women. You got sisters, you got nieces, you got females, your family, aunties, grandma, right? They were slaves too. They was put under bondage too. So us knowing all these things happened to us, slavery happened to us, other religions happened to us, we was colonized, our language taken from us, we don't know our homeland. Guess what? We out here to show y'all that today. Let me show y'all a little something that's gonna bring us back to God. 1 Kings chapter 8, verse 46. Read that real quick, and then we're gonna show y'all how to make it right with God. How we gonna come out of this oppression? How we gonna come out of slavery? Because we gotta get the answers. We know the problem. Now we gotta get to the solution. The problem is we broke the commandments of God. He put us into slavery. We in every nation on earth. We've been oppressed. We've been killed. We hate each other. These are all curses of God. The Most High God did to us. The white man ain't smart, ain't strong enough to put us all in subjection. You could probably take down 10 white men by yourself. Right, you understand? But guess what? Only with the help of God was he able to slay us. Was he able to go and conquer throughout the earth. Why? Because we broke his commandments. Watch this.
1 Kings chapter 8 and verse 46.
Read.
If they sin against thee, for there is no man that sinneth not.
It said there's no man that sinneth not. It said if they being the Israelites, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, sin against God, which we did, because we read slave ships in the Bible. We came in on slave ships, so that happened. That happened to us. Read.
And thou be angry with them.
The Most High God was angry with us. That's why he put us in slavery. That's why we getting oppressed. That's why we locked down at an astronomical rate today. Read.
And deliver them to the enemy.
We were delivered to the west coast of Africa to America on cargo slave ships. We were sold for bondmen and bondwomen all throughout the earth. Read.
So that they carried them away captive unto the land of the enemy.
Where?
Unto the land of the enemy.
My man, Omaha, Nebraska is the land of your enemies. You are now in the land of your enemies. We learned Islam in the land of our enemies. We got enemies out here, bro. Read.
Unto the land of the enemy.
Read.
Far or near.
Far or near, the whether it was on the eastern hemisphere or we was brought to the western hemisphere. Far or near. We're going to be sold to our enemies. Read.
Yet, if they shall bethink themselves.
That's what you're doing now. You be thinking yourself. You're coming back to this Bible.
Across the earth, the prophets move. From city streets to distant lands, the message is the same. Israel must rise. Through every quest, every journey, the truth spreads. No border can contain it. No distance can silence it. Our nation lives in every moment. In joy, we celebrate marriages. In sorrow, we honor our dead. On the Sabbath, we gather as one. Families rejoicing together, bound by the commandments of God. Yet are we tried. From the stones in Kenya to the hatred in Montana, we endure as a soldier of the Lord. And still, the mission expands. On the airwaves, on the screens, in every nation under heaven, Israel's voice is heard. We build our communities. We raise our children in royalty. We restore what was broken. We clean what was defiled. We show the world who we are. This is Israel united in Christ. Nation in motion. Nation endures.